Hi, this is Mark Kaufman, Blackboard's partner software engineer. This is a short addendum to the LTI1 demonstration that we just went through parts 1, 2, and 3, where we looked at setting up the example code, and then we looked at configuring and using and registering the example code with the developer portal, and then in part 3 we actually looked at setting up in Learn and creating a deep link LTI1 deep link registration. And so I just want to show you one small addendum here is that there have been questions about using custom parameters. And if you look here at the tool that we set up in the last video, in the deep linking tool, you'll see that we've in fact have some tool provider custom parameters set here. The course batch UID, the user ID, the PK1 string, and so on and so forth. Now this is not names and roles. This is just, we're sending the custom parameters with the launch. And so if we go into our course again, and we go to the same, I'll go to the same area of the course, and I'm going to delete this. I like to just start fresh. And we go to our build content, and we find our deep link 1.3 deep link. Now to see the custom parameters, we're going to have to actually do a little bit here. We're going to have to hit, we're just going to say we're going to create one LTI link, and then we're going to hit submit. But what you're going to see here is in the request, in the deep link request, and I'm going to pause while I find it. Well, first, real quick, there have been questions about names and roles too, so we'll do that again here. But real quick, this is the URL that you go to using the JWT, the authorization that you've got to get the list of all memberships in the course that did the launch. And you could do that right at this point. You wouldn't have to wait until the link is actually set like we did in the prior example. You could actually do it at this point in the process. You could get all of the user memberships in the course. Let me pause again while I find the custom parameters. Well, they're right where you would think they would be. They're in the IMS Global Spec LTI Claim Custom. And there's 7 keys here. And you can see the ones that we set up in the LTI configuration, the managed placement. We had the BB underscore, and we had the different parameters. So we have the course ID, we have the user ID, we have the user ID as a PK1, we have the course ID as a PK1, and we have the sys user ID. So that's the batch UID or external ID in Blackboard Learn, it's often called. And so now again, we can go ahead and we can return the deep linking here. And now I just want to show you that once we do that launch back to our tool, again, we can go and we hit names and roles. And our response from this URL is the names and roles of the individuals in the course. We've got each user in the course. We've got his name, his given name, his family name, his middle name. In Learn, the spec is to use a user ID like this, and then there's the LIS person source ID. Now, names and roles doesn't include the course, because we already got that, and the course ID is this value here. If you wanted to do a REST call to get that at this point, you could. Probably want to store this in your database. That's, well, actually, you wanted to store the course UUID, which we had in the launch data from the on the prior page. So, like, we could go back here to Learn, and I'll show you again where you could get the course ID. So we're back here, and we're going to go ahead and delete this, and we'll go back here, and I'm approaching 5 minutes. I don't like to go much more than 5 minutes on these. course, if I hurry, then it takes longer. Here we go. Here's our launch. We can't actually see the launch data until we do this, so we'll just do that. We hit submit. And now if we look at the request again, we have the, under custom, we have this BB course ID, which is not the sys course ID is the batch UID for the course. That's a good one to use, the external ID. But then for the actual spec, the ID of the course is, let me find that for you. Hang on, I'm going to pause while I do that. Yeah, I think this would be a good one. Here's the spec, per the spec, LTI claim LIS. And you'll notice here this is from the deep linking request. We have the person source did, and that's the person who did the launch. And then we have the course section source did. That's the MBK LTI only. So I hope this helps. Thank you for watching.